Hello, my name is Benjamin Kwashi. I am the Anglican Bishop of Jos, and I also serve as the Secretary General of GAFCON, Global Anglican Futures Conference. I work in Jos, and Gloria, my wife, and I have been here 29 years now as Bishop in Jos. We both sing. I like to play the guitar. I've not improved, but I do play a little bit of guitar. I love the guitar. I love guitar. I love trumpet. Those are my two main instruments. I used to blow the beagle in military school in Zaria. When we got to Jos, we came here as missionaries. That has been our call from the beginning of our life and ministry. So we engaged ourselves in a lot of evangelistic work, building of schools, building of boreholes, wells, and a few clinics, as well as establishing congregations and actually doing primary evangelism and bringing communities together under the cross of Christ throughout the length and breadth of the areas that covered our diocese at that time. And in about 14 years of ministry, we have had 4 dioceses carved out of Jos plus ours, making 5 in all those years of ministry. It's not been easy. It's not been easy at all. But what has given us joy, great joy, is that in these years we have seen many young people, graduates with various forms of degrees who have finished from universities and polytechnics join us. And about 16 of them have also, through our ministry, become bishops in the Church of Nigeria. So we're very blessed and we're very encouraged. What we find now becoming a little bit difficult for us is that ordinarily, since 2001, in Jos Plateau, we have been attacked severally. Our churches burnt, people killed, Christians killed, and it graduated into Fulani militia, herdsmen, killing in the rural areas, destroying farms and people, in addition to the bombings in Jos by Boko Haram of our churches and disrupting the peace and causing fear and terror. But that has not really stopped us from doing our missionary work and preaching the gospel. On the contrary, we've opened many more congregations, unbelievably so. God is just at work, and we rejoice at that. But while that was going on is the pandemic that fell upon us. Now, for us as Christians in the north of Nigeria, we have limited financial resources and the things that will make for quick constructions of buildings, of houses, of churches and schools. Then the corona hit. So the corona seems to have brought many more things to us as standstill. But what shocks me honestly is that we still are able to pay stipends. I mean, people are rising to the challenge. We're not gathering in churches as we should, but people are still committed. And we remain very grateful, very grateful to Church of the All Souls. We understand the financial crash in the world, the stock markets are gone and all that, but we still get, I mean, it's a surprise, we still get support, and we can only explain it in one sentence. We're hanging on the wings of prayers of saints around the world, for which only eternity will reveal. The one thing we would say to those of you in the West who, in God's grace, have enjoyed privileges of civilized way of life in terms of technology and science and electricity. Now with Corona, when we listen to some of the complaints in news and we read some in the internet, we just say, wow, people don't know what people don't have on other parts of the world. And when I look at the number of deaths in the West, I just pray to God to do some miracle, because we don't have the hospitals here. We don't have the medicines here. We don't have what it takes here. We only are hanging on the Exodus story that the blood of the Lamb will plead for us, because if it falls around us here, it will be a very sad story. So I will encourage those of you in the West to think of those in other parts of the world, in Africa and India and other parts of the world, who do not have, and be thankful. We are encouraged by your own faith, honestly we are, and we love your generosity, your kindness, your willingness to share. And we owe you this, that the missionaries who came from your country to ours, we will do our best, if God spares our lives, to go back to Europe and America and other parts of the world. So please be encouraged. And this is what keeps us going. Gloria and I have not stopped preaching the Bible. That's where we find hope. This morning, I was reading Psalm 48. Yesterday, I was reading Isaiah 24, 25, and 26. And these things are predicted, but God has promised He will not leave us alone. There will be a remnant. And in God's grace, we live for this gospel. We will share this gospel. We believe God's word, and we live or die, it's all the gospel. May God bless us all together and give us joy.